Hello and welcome to another Dropped Frames. Whoa, coming in hot off the speakers.
Yeah, my volume is definitely all the way up. Let me pop my.
Oh man. Anyways, Cohh, what episode are we on?
3?
It starts getting difficult around 3 or 4, man. You never know. You never know. That's where I lose track.
I counted this high before.
Yeah.
I think it's 3.
All right. We might be doing episode 3 over again. We don't know. Who knows?
That's exactly how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
3?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember those old commercials?
Yeah. No, I remember them. Yeah. Was it 3 though? I thought it was always ambiguous.
1, 2, 3,
3.
crunch.
3.
Yeah, but he's crunching though. Like, does it? I don't know if I believe that old Al now as an adult.
I don't know if I believe that cartoon Al from 30 years ago.
Yeah, he might have been actually lying to us because I don't know.
You don't think it was like marketing or something?
I thought it was a real Al. Now I'm starting to question my, it might have been marketing.
I tell you, I think you understand the world, and you learn something like this.
Times change.
Your chat and my chat are similar in one fashion, JP.
What's that?
They just think you're just the dumbest guy. Like sometimes they're like, "That's the point, JP. That's the joke."
Yeah. I'm playing into it, though, right?
I know. I do too. I love it. It makes it easier to bait them out on certain things.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I think we're gonna watch some trailers here to start off with the show. We're kind of in for some reason I thought that games started coming out, but nope, that's not till March. We've got a couple of spring.
Yeah, we've got a while.
Yeah, but there's not that much out till March, and a lot of stuff that happened in March got delayed yesterday. Which is maybe we could start with some of the news. Final Fantasy VII Remake got delayed. Both Square Enix things got delayed. That's now coming out the week before Cyberpunk. There in April. So my wedding gets more ridiculous now. In terms of shit I have to play before I fly down to Texas to get married.
I just see Aaron at the altar like,
is he gonna show up? Is he gonna?
Where is my fiance? Where is he? You get in here now.
Yeah. She's going down, I think, on like Monday that week. I'm taking the last flight out on Thursday. So we're gonna try to get as much stream stuff in as possible.
Hey,
sounds about right.
Listen, I'm guessing she knows who she married or is marrying.
Oh yeah, no, that's her schedule. She's like, you can fly down Thursday. I'll go. I'm driving down early, so yeah, it's a whole thing. And then
just have your fucking. Yeah, I do.
Yep. That's true. No, I'd be doing the Ring Fit stuff, Zeke, that we were talking about there with that fucking ring. Just working up. Yep.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
That'll work.
Whatever she wants.
I agree to that. That's a good thing. And then the other thing that was delayed was Marvel Avengers. That got pushed back till like fall, I think. I think September is now the release date. So not the biggest thing. I think it's interesting how the gaming world has kind of shifted now when it comes to delays on releases. There used to always be like, fuck, like what? Just put the game out, blah, blah, blah. But now everyone's just like, oh no, they're going to be able to work on it more. That's fine. They'll put more work into it. So it's a cool thing to see for sure that's become the norm. But it also sucks when things get delayed, especially when things get delayed to like 1 week before probably the biggest release of the year, which is just unfortunate timing. But
it was already packed, and then here we are.
Yeah. But it freed up the beginning of March. I think it was coming out March 3rd, and now like the first big release is Neo 2, which is a week after that, if I recall correctly.
March 15th?
Yeah, I think that's right. Or no, Ori. Ori comes out 2 days after that. 2 or 3 days after that. That'll probably be good. That'll be what everyone plays. Anyway, speaking of games coming out, let's start some trailer time here. What's that?
Before you do that, where do you personally look for like upcoming game releases? You just do the wiki or?
Yes and no. My mod team like made a document, itme.jp/game list, I think is what it is, and it has like all the dates of all the games coming out that have been announced thus far.
Okay.
And so that's kind of
because I usually find myself going to the wiki.
Yeah.
Just because they seem to have the most comprehensive list, including indie games and stuff. So
yeah, the wiki has a good list, and Game Informer has a good list as well, which I think a lot of people.
You want to be added to that, Reg? Yes, I want to be added to that. Add me to that, please.
Yeah. Oh, it's open.
Like that.
Anyone can go to it. I think I think he's asking if you want to be able to manipulate. I don't know what he's asking, but yeah, you can check it out. Anyone can check it out. I don't know what Rich. You want to be added to that, Zeke? Sure. I don't know what that means, but don't mess it up.
I don't
you have JP's full permission.
That's why we have mods, because we don't know what the fuck is going on most of the time.
It's true.
Reach.
It's yeah.
Oh God.
That's true. That's how it is. Anyways, have you guys seen this Doom trailer? I didn't watch it because I figured we'd watch it. Oh, you have watched it? Okay. Zeke, have you seen it?
Oh, I'll watch it 5 times in a row. That's fine.
It's that good.
Which one?
The new Doom trailer that came out, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago, or yesterday, or something.
Oh no, I haven't watched it. No.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. It's probably got really good music. Let's see how it is.
Iceborne's range in the billions. No! They're killing everyone! They're everywhere! Please help us!
This is humanity's chance to repent.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you.
Saving your people will not bring you peace, only make the burden you carry worse.
For millennia we have survived, made others sacrifice in the name of our prosperity. Who are you, a human, to defy our traditions?
Of course, it starts with that iconic shotgun rack.
Yeah.
That scene in particular is badass.
There are those who would seek to stop this.
You are nothing but a usurper, a false idol.
Mediocre.
The only thing they fear is you.
Oh my God.
That looks pretty good.
Nothing else like a good Doom game.
Yeah. Okay. Don't start the intro. We already did that.
There was like a little tease of like an angelic thing in there.
Oh yeah. I think you're gonna see some heaven stuff.
Yeah, dude. Because I mean, I loved the angel design like in Bayonetta and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that like there's a conflagration between like the demons and angels and stuff, and you get to see like the other side, because all we've ever seen of Doom is like the hell side. So I'd love to see like the angelic side if they go down that road.
Totally. Yeah, I think they're going to. I think for sure. One of the complaints that I saw a lot of on that trailer yesterday, and I also saw it in chat today, is that there was too much lore. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about this idea of like Doom having too much lore and not enough Doom. Is that something that you guys feel, or is that just like, no, I want more about this world? Is that an insane thing?
I think the more they want to like develop and make lore in the Doom universe, the better.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it's like it obviously does all of the visceral Doom stuff well. So I mean, the more they want to build on that and extrapolate it out and give meaning to it, like the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
For someone like me who is not like I mean, obviously, I love good gameplay, but I'm not one of those. I put more importance on immersion, story, that kind of stuff. And I would love to hear see more about like the Doom lore, the backstory. Part of the reason why I love and most the people like me love Doom is not just because of the stellar gameplay, but because of like the feeling it gives you when you're in the game. You're just whooping the shit out of demons. Everything's like dark and bloody and hellish and fiery and all this kind of shit. And I think if they go further down that road, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
So just to give you guys an idea of my my lore ho-ness, as I call it.
Okay.
I am a lore ho. Growing up, not a lot of people know this. There are Doom books, like thick, multi-100-page Doom books, and I read all of them.
Oh yeah.
They are weird, by the way.
Novels?
Oh my lord. Yes, like novels. They're actually Doom novels, and they are crazy.
Is that how you summon Satan? Do you read the Doom novel? Is that it's
Yes,
got instructions?
backwards.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But like there is some very strange, dark shit that happens in those novels. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into too much of it here because some of it is not safe for Twitch. But yeah, it gets. I was like a little kid in like middle and high school, like, wow, what does that mean? But yeah, it was. There's something. There's something.
Huh.
There's
Okay.
something.
Well, were they licensed by Doom, like their official novels?
I'm pretty sure they were official Doom novels.
Go
I
was
mean,
just on the
they were like
fan
the Doom.
He was just reading.
Yeah,
the
no,
fan
I'm. I don't know if they're like canon. Like, I'm not sure about that. But they definitely are like they're a full novel. They track this dude's journey. There's like a girl involved that he's like going at. Like, it's wild.
Okay,
It's wild.
Interesting.
What did you guys think of seeing the face of the Doom guy? He looked like. How do you feel?
I was a little surprised by that.
They made
I
them-
was always
yeah.
into the. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird because in the first one they kind of make him to be like this immortal character, this like kind of being.
Yeah.
So I always assumed like maybe there was something not so kosher under that helmet. But then at one point he takes his helmet off and it's like, oh, it's a dude. Now I kind of want to know, how did that dude get there?
Yeah.
They didn't show us his face like in the. Am I thinking of Wolfenstein where they showed the face in the middle of the?
that's
Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it
screen
gets
in
like
the old-
more
in
and
the-
more and more beat up. That's
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 3D.
Okay, so that's not okay. That was Wolfenstein. Okay.
Doom was always kind of like the nameless soldier. Like
Doom
I
2.
think. Oh, did they do that in Doom as well?
But it,
Oh, that's
okay.
right. They of course they did in the first Doom. Yeah, they did it. They did that as well. It's actually
Yeah.
both of them.
yeah. I
I
mean,
was gonna say OG Doom had a face. Yeah, so we've seen his face.
Yep.
That's why I was like taken aback. I was like, oh my god, they showed Doom guy's face, and then I stopped and thought, I was like, wait, no, we've seen his face before.
was that a face or more of an icon to represent HP value though? Like,
Well, he did look left and right. So I mean, there was
Yeah.
clearly something going on there. But
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm pretty sure they didn't show any of his face for the first Doom remake.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like totally enshrouded.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
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 So,
And I just love that like he's still Doom guy because that was like I was in like a fucking trivia thing at PAX.
Yeah.
At one of the PAX, like just a fun trivia thing, and that was one of the answers was like the main character from the hit series Doom. What is his name? It's like Doom guy. And they're like, that is correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious to see how much like actual story stuff they go into in that game. Cause like, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while since I've played the original remake or whatever you want to call it. All of the lore in that game, most of the lore in that game was told through like codexes and stuff like that you would find, right? Like
And
there
like
was,
a couple characters.
yeah, there was a couple characters, like the AI guy would have a couple scenes to himself, but most of it was like Doom guy walking up to a thing, pushing a giant button, and then mobs spawning, and you just start killing people. That's what I remember mostly of that game. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how that goes. That's one of the games that also was delayed. I think that was supposed to be out in November originally, so it got a couple extra months, hopefully of polish, and hopefully everything's good with that when it launches on the 20th. We got another trailer here. Have not seen this one at all.
And it launches the 20th of
March.
March. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the craziness of March. Hopefully it's not. It's one of those games where it's like, as a streamer, it's hopefully not too long, but as a person who enjoys games, like I hope that game never ends because you just You just want to play more Doom as much as possible and see new arenas. Speaking of Doom, did you guys see the speedrun of that from GDQ? We didn't really talk too much about GDQ, but that was a really cool speedrun. Yeah, that guy was very talented at what he was doing. It was crazy to see him do the boss fights. Because, like, I think back to me doing the boss fights, and there was a lot of, like, circle strafing and a lot of dying and a lot of not good. And then to see him load into a boss arena and he fires, like, I don't know, 13 shots as the bullets are still getting to the mob, and then the boss just dies. And, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds. He ran through the bosses so fast. It was really crazy to see.
If you guys know the name of the runner, please put it in chat so we give credit where credit's due.
Yeah. I do not remember the runner on that.
I rarely remember runners.
Yeah.
I remember runs, but
yeah.
What difficulty do they do those runs on?
I don't know. Chat's saying that they were done on easy, but I could have sworn that was done on the hardest. But maybe it's done on easy. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, he got corrected. He was playing on hardcore, which I think is the hardest.
Wow.
I don't remember.
It's just Bite Me. Does he have a Twitch channel? I don't know. Anyway, the one thing I like, the thing about the Doom speedrun that was always, I think, have they done it twice? I think they've done it twice.
Yeah,
Like
it's definitely, I've seen it on there before. I don't know what time it was, but yeah.
Since they're speedrunning, they like don't do, because he did 100% speedrun, right? I think.
Yeah, this was 100%, like all secrets, everything.
Yeah. But the thing that the kind of like is a bummer is that if you're doing a speed run, the visceral kills or whatever they're called, they take way too much time, so they don't do a lot of them. And it's just like they do them on the boss because you have to, like that's their finish on the boss, but like it takes too long, so you miss out on a lot. You're like, oh man, you're seeing the flash, they're flashing, ready to be like torn apart and shit. And then you just shoot him, and it's like, oh.
Well, this guy was actually doing it.
Rip his head off and stuff.
He was actually doing them because on the hardest difficulty, it's like ammo starved. So you need to do those finishers to get more ammo from like low level mobs. But he had a like an upgrade that doubled the speed of them. So that was like the speedrun aspect of it. But it was really weird because sometimes he would like walk up to a mob, and usually like walks up to a zombie or whatever in the back and like, I don't know, rips their spine out of their neck or some shit. He was doing it times 2 speed. So he'd just walk up and like fucking karate chop this guy and rip his spine out like super speed. It was really crazy to see. The other speed run that I guess we'll mention while we're talking about, they did a control speed run, and that was really cool to see because I didn't really, it's one of those things where it's like, of course you're going to say this about a speed run at GDQ, but I didn't realize how broken that game could be and how easy it was to go out of bounds, because he would just like manipulate. He would grab, I think it was the freezers is what they would all use. He'd grab the freezer and put it below himself and go up to the ceiling and just pop himself through the wall. And then he would just run along these like grid lines and like skip everything. Like you rarely saw normal stuff in that game. And for the final boss of that, without spoiling anything of what it is, I'll just say the final boss of that, he didn't kill a single mob. He just walked to the thing before all of the mobs spawned and like held down the thing and prayed that he got it to the full bar, and then went to the next one, prayed that he got to the full bar, and went to the next. It was really cool to see. It was a lot of fun for that stuff.
I'm still catching up because like I ended up watching like the entirety of GDQ. Over the next like
month
week
or so.
Something like that. It's like when I get done streaming and I go have dinner, that's what I put on. And I'm still on like day 2 of catching up. So I actually was broadcasting, I think, during the first part of Control, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. So I'm just waiting until like I get to that part because I know there's good shit coming up. Like I missed the Mario Maker 2 race.
Yeah.
I missed like
that was good.
Lots of different shit. But yeah.
The final game they did was Super Metroid Impossible. I didn't even know this game existed. That's not fun.
ROM hack.
Yeah, it's a ROM hack, of Super Metroid. But apparently it was made for like toss runs and not for a normal player to play. And so this guy like playing through it. Some of that stuff is insane. Some of the bosses are like unbelievably difficult. And that stuff. And I remember there was one boss where he died like 7 times or 8 times, and that's just normal because of just how hard it is. So there was a lot of good runs though. It was a fun year. I think they also beat their goal for AGDQ maybe overall. I think they did like 3.18.
Yeah, they set a new top.
Yeah. So
yep,
excellent,
cool.
man.
It was
Excellent.
Cool. Good stuff for them. Yeah, and Zeke, as you watch that, we'll definitely bring up some of the runs in future episodes because we'd love to talk about them. Because it's one of those things where as streamers, it's very hard to watch that stuff because one, we're streaming, and two, when we're done streaming, we try to get away from work and go somewhere else. So let's watch this next trailer though. Have not seen this one at all, but it's time, I guess, Zeke met the Nemesis. I think it's time. I think it's time that we showed him who the Nemesis is.
This is a good one.
Come on!
Hey, easy, lady. I got you.
Who are you?
I'm just watching us waiting for DMX.
I'm Sadie.
Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real.
I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. EBCS for short.
Yanu?
The city is completely cut off, isolated. We need help. My men cannot do this alone.
Wow, this looks really good.
The town's crawling with those freaks. No chance of fighting our way out of the city.
Screw those
Why is she
fucking
here?
lurkers.
She's unreliable.
It's me he's after. I'll buy you some time.
Hey, wait! Wait, Joe! What happened? Come in!
Oof. More April games. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you scroll back into that trailer and see when she fired the shotgun. That
it looked like it missed everything.
Like, if you look at like where the bullets hit, it's like, oh my god, dude! Like that looks like me trying to aim a normal weapon.
Yeah, I saw
My
that.
lord, right here.
About this, yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. it like
just
paints
like
an outline, like it's like a circle around where she's shooting.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I
need to get choked for that shotgun, dude.
These mobs right here, I think if my memory serves me correct, aren't these called lurkers? And aren't they just a fucking nightmare to deal with?
Hunters?
What? Chat correct? What are these called? Oh, those are called hunters. That's what
hunters.
It was. Oh god,
yeah.
I remember.
No, liquor's the one with the big
and
like the brain exposed. Yeah, those guys are in too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These I remember these motherfuckers.
Someone in my chat said they're called fucking stupid.
Yeah. No, that's accurate. That's the real name. That's the scientific name for these guys. So. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Another April game for that. Zeke.
So maybe chat can help me out with this. Like,
okay,
the mod for this game can't be DMX because it was Mr. X in the previous game. This one has Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what song is going to go along with Nemesis.
I don't know. I thought we decided Wrecking Ball.
John Cena theme would be great.
I thought we decided Wrecking Ball though last episode.
Every time he busts through, like that'd
be pretty good.
That would fucking
it'd be pretty terrifying though, because like unless it's the type of game where once Nemesis shows up, you're on edge 24/7. A little bit more than Mr. X, because like Mr. X, you'd hear the stomps pretty far away.
Yeah.
Nemesis he's got wall hacks, man.
Nemesis cares not also for your doors. Nemesis makes his own doors.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. If there is a flat plane on the opposite side of the wall you're next to, you are in trouble.
He just shows up. He's just
that'd be cool too. Every time he busts in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good.
Oh, dude, Kool-Aid Man, that'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect. Yeah. That would be really good.
Oh yeah.
Now, what is the?
We had this.
what is the new Yakuza game? Is Yakuza 7 the one that's an RPG?
Yes.
Okay. We got 4 minutes of new gameplay of it. So
Wait a
let's
minute.
check it out.
Yeah,
Well,
let me check it out.
They're always an RPG, but this one's like a I don't know, the more traditional. Whatever. We'll watch.
This
it
one
and
is
talk
like
about
a turn-based RPG. I think is the big difference.
That's what you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's check it out.
カムロ町生まれのカムロ町育ちどん底の人生を歩んできた男春日一
Oh
番
yeah.
の
Okay,
命を
okay.
かけた成り上がりの冒険を
With the
描
lobster
き
summon.
ドラマティック RPG 超大作
RPG だ。
With Japanese
龍が如くセブンの
Carlito
バト
from
ルは全て
WWE.
のものが一瞬も止まることなくダイナミックでハイスピードに展開される RPG バトル
Kick that guy into the door.
春日が立ち向かうべき敵は想像を超える
Oh,
強
there's a
敵ばかり
tiger summon. I think.
そのため仲間の存在が重要だ
And
異なる目的
the
を持つ個性的な
I
仲
don't
間
know
た
if
ち
it's
の出会い
Sega
によっ
Atlas
て
still, but
誰
like
もが予想でき
their
ない冒険が
localization
幕
team is
を
so
開ける
good. But goddamn, please work well and work quickly for us English speakers. Please, I want this now bad.
I want this now bad.
He just summoned Pigeon.
敵をなぎ倒す選手フリーターそして伝説のバットと運命的な出会いをした春日は勇者へと転身リーダーとしてパーティーを引っ張っていく
Oh shit, he's got what's her name? The bat's name in Walking Dead.
Lucy?
Lucille?
Lucille. Yeah. I think
I
that's
thought Lucille was BB King's guitar. Maybe I'm wrong. It is Lucille. Okay, maybe they're both the same. I was gonna say Lucille, but both. Okay, it is both. Okay, good.
Oh shit.
アクロバティックに敵を切り裂く
Wait a minute. So these just like allies of yours? I guess.
Yeah. I think it's party based, or you play multiple characters at some point. But yeah.
God, this looks like it kicks so much ass.
Yeah, this looks pretty fun.
様々な職種にジョブチェンジ可能
Job change.
I mean,
oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, he fucking peppers him.
Oh shit.
Oh, I can't
Riot
wait.
police.
I mean, this looks like all heat moves. I'm so excited. That's what I love the
Right?
most about
Really
fighting in the Yakuza series.
Oh my god.
Oh
my
man.
god.
I hope there's really awesomely Japanese weird mini games.
様々なジョブを使いこなし最適なパーティーを組み強敵に挑め
I mean, they're probably going to see some here pretty
人間
soon.
力を高めなくてはいけない人間力を高めるために資格学校で資格を取った
What is that, a test of some stuff?
町の人が抱えるトラブル
God, I wish I spoke Japanese. Oh, they're back!
彼らをバトル
The
中に呼び
lobster
出す
summon.
春日たちを大いに助けてくれる
Hell yeah,
強
dude.
敵たちとの戦いに
That was Majima.
強力な装備も必要
Yeah, dude.
店で買い物したりダンジョンを探索したり街でいろいろな素材を
That was
集め
my boy, son. That was my boy,
装
son.
備を強化させ
Weapon upgrades, I think is what that was. Dude, I want to play as the
冒険の舞
ship.
台は東京カムロ町大阪蒼天堀横浜伊勢崎偉人町
They're all
など
in areas of
日
this.
本三大都市
This game looks massive.
華やかなエリアだけでなく危険がいっぱいの怪しい場所にも足を踏み入れ屋根の上や川の下など広大な街を自由に探索しよう隠れたスポットを見つけ出すことで春日たちの冒険の世界は
This trailer is very high energy. Just like throwing in lower third up to lower third. There's so many
アイテム
games.
と交換できる街の中には春日たちの冒険に役立つ遊び場が至る所に存在している
Darts.
街のいろいろな場所を探索していくことで
Oh, get okay.
Kart racing. There's Garrison.
出会う人によって
Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
転機が生
So
じる
beautiful.
ある女性との出会いによって
With the fly like a beautiful
一番
butterfly.
成果を助けることになった春日一番涙あり笑いありの成り上がり物語が始まるトラブルに次ぐトラブルさまざまな苦難を乗り越え一番成果を横浜一の大企業にのし上げろ
ようこそ一番ホールディングスへ
RPG が今まで踏み込めなかった未だかつてないドラマティック超大
So incredibly weird to watch without any awareness of what things that are going on.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think this is better than having it.
光と闇の行
Oh
方
my god. That looks so good, man. That looks so good.
So that comes out tomorrow in Japan. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Soon, very soon.
Is there any sense of like, could you play that and understand anything? Like,
it's not localized.
It's not
So
localized.
everything in the game is in Japanese. Even like there's no subtitles of any kind in English.
Oh,
they do that. I'm assuming they do that on purpose so they can kind of do like a big another PR push down the road. Else they would have just developed it in tandem. But yeah. So it'll be God, Zeke. You're probably you know this better than I do. How many months do you think it'll be until we see the English version? The other ones?
9? How long does that take?
Oh fuck, I don't. Yeah.
You've done some
localizations, 6 at the least.
Yeah, like a half year at least.
I think. Yeah.
I'm very curious if they're going to go the Judgment route with it, where they're going to like hire a bunch of really well-known NA voice actors and kind of like really try to make the NA voice acting something awesome, or is it going to be kind of like and we'll just get some people that talk English to do the voices?
Honestly, it'd have to be like fucking stellar voice acting in English.
Yeah, to get you to switch.
Something, to be something I'd watch. Like, there's very few games that I prefer the dubs over the subs. There are exceptions. Like, Persona was just fine. There's been a few. Fire Emblem was fine. But like, most like I played through the entire Yakuza series all in Japanese with subtitles. So.
The good news is their last big game that was in this style was Judgment. And they kind of did a great job with the American voices in Judgment with Greg Chun and Matt Mercer. Good, yeah. And like, there were some really great, talented people that did that. So hopefully they'll move some of them over to 7. That'd be nice. We'll have to see though. Looking forward to it though, man.
It should have English subs even if it's only released in Japan. I don't think so.
I would be very surprised if that was the case.
They do all the localization at once, I'd imagine. And also like, it's not just the dialogue that they have to subtitle. They have to like put like anything you read, like that's important information. They have to like do all that subtitling too.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing interesting, like, of course, I've only played Zero, Kiwami 1 and 2. So I've been under the assumption the entire time that I need to play 3, 4, 5, and 6 to get ready for 7. Obviously, because they're all linear. But then somebody else, I heard a rumor that was 7. They're basically like, because they're using all new characters, that they're basically like rebooting the lore. So like the only time we're going to see the lore from the other people or from the previous Yakuza games is like little tiny cameos and stuff, but none of it's going to be important to the main story. I'm trying to figure out more info on that. I still want to play 3, 4, and 5, and 6 before we do it, but I'm kind of curious, like, is there any direct connection to the previous Yakuza games, or are they trying to like all new characters in the same world?
I think they're doing like what they did with Judgment. Like it's kind of like, well, I mean, even further so. Like I think it's just further down the line, just time period. Like they might reference stuff that happened in the past, but this is a whole brand new thing.
Honestly, that is good for me to hear because I don't really have that much interest in playing the other games, but the combat in this one, more so than all the other Yakuza games, looks like it's up my alley. So I might actually, this might be the time where I get into Yakuza.
JP.
What's that?
Did you check out Zero? Have you checked out
Zeke? I think the total amount of time that you guys have talked about Yakuza on this show is probably in the 7,000 hour range. So yes, I've seen every Yakuza.
I'm just saying, play it on the easiest setting because the fucking story and dialogue shit is worth it.
Yeah.
If you can just like breeze through all the combat, don't even worry about it, but just get the dialogue and stuff because it's fucking good, man. If you don't like Zero, I will make you this promise. If you don't like Zero, I mean, I won't bug you not 0 more times about anything Yakuza related at all. If you don't like Zero.
Wait. Zeke, you got to sweeten this pot a little bit, man.
Uh-oh.
What if he plays Zero and he doesn't like it? What will you do?
I've already played Zero, though, for about an hour and a half, and I was like, it's a little bit slow for me. But that's because the beginning of the game's a little bit slow. But go ahead. We can sweeten the pot if you want.
I will donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice, and the message will be something of the nature of JP is the greatest, or something you'd make your little brother say to you if you were torturing him.
by doing this, you're basically saying if JP doesn't play Zero, he hates charity, and he doesn't want those poor kids to get that $1,000.
I think that's what he's saying.
I learned from Donald Trump. You can, like, guilt somebody into doing charity.
Nice.
Like
a great role model for you to
give $1 million to charity if you show me your birth certificate. Like, it's a shitty thing to do, you know. But
Jesus. All right. Well, summer times are slow for streams, so maybe so. Maybe I'll check it out again. But I will say that I definitely want to play
for the
7.
kids, JP, for the kids.
Yeah, 7 looks really good. I'm kind of into that. More so because it just, I don't know. I think it looks more absurd than the other games, and the other games are already pretty absurd. But this one has a chef that's, has a pepper grinder that he's putting in people's eyes, and that's just kind of awesome.
What did you think they did before pepper spray? They just had to use grinders, just right in their face.
They
just threw the pepper.
Would this actually sweeten the pot even more?
What's that?
Instead of the
I hope I know where you're going.
Or on top of.
Okay.
What if I promise to play a Kingdom Hearts game of your choice?
Oh.
No, that wouldn't help. Okay.
No, what would it would be? What if you played Shadowbringers? That would be where it would go. That's gonna that's the goal for 2020.
A lot of hours.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I play it, but that's the thing. It's like you're threatening me, like, play this really awesome expansion of a game that I like, and you're like, I'll probably enjoy it, but it would take like fucking 3 weeks for me to get through it if I do it on stream.
It would take some time. There's no doubt.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Moving along in trailer time, we got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot launch trailer. Are you guys, any of you interested in playing this at all? Not really? Cody, you have any? Okay. Let's see what the launch trailer looks like. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of.
You guys have any interest in it? Nah, let's watch it anyway.
Let's watch it anyways. Let's see. I don't know if I'm interested in it.
Story of my life.
Is it a fighting game, I'm guessing?
No, it's like a full story game. Like, open world, I think. Great.
Kakarot. すごいやつだよお前は。なんとなく分かった気
The
が
problem I have with Dragon Ball Z or anything Dragon Ball, like, it's kind of like is a problem I have with a lot of Japanese things is I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I don't know like what the first thing to look at is. There's so many iterations already.
Yeah, this is weird. This says launch trailer, but it seems like it's just the Vegeta trailer.
それは今の俺も同じことだ。だがカカロット、お前は違った。勝つために戦うんじゃない。絶対負けないために。
He's asking for everyone to give him his power.
だから相手の命を絶つことにはこだわりはしない。
He blew up the earth instead on
つい
accident.
にこの俺を殺すことはしなかった。頭にくるぜ。戦いが大好きで優しいサイヤ人なんてよ。頑張れカカロット。お前がナンバーワンだ。
When does this come out? Isn't this soon? Yeah, 2 days from now. Who the hell is that?
Oh, as chat will point out, it's actually 1 day from now in Japan because it's already the 16th there.
That is Frieza's sister, Yakuza, I believe. I haven't seen her before, except in some other less known animes.
Is he standing on a giant piece of sidewalk chalk?
I'm trying to understand this graph. I paused it because there was a lot going on in this graphic. Okay. Are reviews out for this yet, chat? There are reviews out, by the way, for Yakuza 7 in Japan. I think it got a 30 out of 40.
Part of a pillar. There you go. It's part of a pillar.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks, chat.
Well, that's a thing. I'm curious to see how that reviews. I don't know how. I don't know. I feel like exactly what Zeke said. They've told the Dragon Ball Z story about 74 times in video game form. So I'm curious to see if this is the one that does well.
It's kind of funny because we play a lot of games as professional gamers, and you guys watching play a lot of games too. And as we play all these different games, we see like these tropes and like cliches that keep coming up. Like there's so much Dragon Ball stuff. Like you watch that trailer, and it's like they have become their own cliche. Like they've told that story so many times. And it's like everything I just saw there. I remember seeing like some of those exact same images from like the cartoon animation stuff when I grew up, like on Adult Swim. Like all of that was what 10, 15 years ago. And it's like here we are playing through the exact same story. It looks exactly the same. And it's like people love it. Like they're their own cliche. Like it's kind of great.
Yeah.
I asked my chat about it, and they were like, I got just start with DBZ and work your way around. Just read Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Super. That's it. Dragon Ball, you can spend 10 minutes reading Dragon Ball and then just go to Dragon Ball Kai. Like, seriously, differing opinions from fucking everybody on how to fucking consume this series.
I feel like that's just anime in general, though. Like, if you ask the world, where should I start with anime? You'll get about 1 billion answers, right? Like that's.
But this is tough. Like one slice of anime. It still has 1 billion answers.
Dragon Ball is more like a full pie, and you have to watch the individual slices. Like there's so much of it.
Yeah.
I think there's isn't there like, for some reason I want to say there's 300 episodes of Dragon Ball in total, but that sounds really ridiculous. Is that complete?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's good. They're making They're making a Netflix show out of Cowboy Bebop. Pretty good. 300 seems low. Oh, what? I know One Piece has 800. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z combined is 500 plus. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't like Bleach is another one of those series that has like hundreds of episodes.
Unfortunately, I've watched every episode of Bleach, so those were dark times.
Wow. Those are lonely, lonely times.
I was very.
I'll take the miniseries. I'll take the ones that have they're concise. Like they have a overarching story and then it completes itself. Like Evangelion, a Record of Lodoss War. Like those are the ones I like.
And more importantly, with those types, Zeke, like every episode is meaningful and adds to the narrative.
Yeah, there's no
like
filler.
One thing that I really don't like about long animes is it gets to the point where it's just like there's entire like multi-episode arcs, or in some cases entire seasons where it's just like nothing happens. That's why I had to stop watching One Piece. Me and my wife tried to tackle One Piece, and it just got to a point where like we watched 4 episodes in a row, and I remember I looked over at my wife and I was like, has anything happened in 4 episodes? And she was like, not that I remember. Like we were just like, okay, let's find something.
Bleach does that so much, but then seemingly out of nowhere, in like the middle of a filler episode, something crazy will happen, and it's like main story relevant. So it's like impossible to skip because you don't want to miss any of that shit. So yeah, that's a nightmare. Here's a teaser trailer for a game called Iron Meat. I have no idea what to expect from this. Iron Meat. Here we go. Buckle up.
MEAT.
We lost Mars.
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, interested. Oh my god, it's Contra!
Yeah, it's basically Contra. Music's pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the metal is decent.
Oh, dude, this is identical to Contra.
Yeah. Iron Meat.
Wow. Okay. That is like even the jump animations, and at one point he was even firing a gun that had that like spirally weird flashing effect, like in Contra. Wow.
Yeah. Demo's out now, by the way, if you want to grab that on Steam.
Cool.
For anyone watching. Hey. That looks cool. Zeke, is that going to be an Indie Sunday thing in the future? Maybe.
I'd imagine, probably.
All right, we'll get more on that from Zeke then later in the year. I don't know what this is. Only by name do I understand it. But we're just going to see if it's a 4-minute trailer. We might not watch all of it. This is Minecraft School of Witchcraft and Wizardry gameplay trailer. I don't know what to expect. Is this just this is a Harry Potter ripoff? It's literally a Harry.
Did any of us play Minecraft for any amount of time?
Only a little bit.
I've played maybe an hour or two of it.
Okay.
That's pretty cool looking though. I wonder if Erin's seen this.
I was gonna say, isn't this like a convergence of two of her favorite things ever?
It is, yeah. It's crazy to think that someone went in and built this in Minecraft. Like, to me, that's remarkable. That this is handcrafted. How is Warner Brothers not sued these people?
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure they got permission.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is licensed by Harry Potter, isn't it?
I mean, that says Hogwarts. It's licensed.
Yeah, so that, yeah,
is it?
They have to have permission.
Attend
sure.
pig moles.
Yeah. Professor Dumbledore. Harry Potter.
And his lesser known cousin Gape.
Professor Gape. Now this is just a porn.
You're a warlock, Perry.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, that's a Mandroga root? It's been a while since I've...
Phantasmagoria root.
I mean, I feel like this is doing something for someone. I don't know if it's me, though. You go to Diagon Alley.
Yeah, I wonder if fans of like both Minecraft and Harry Potter are freaking the hell out watching this.
Yeah. I mean, to
when
be
was
honest,
the trailer released?
A couple days ago. This honestly, like, is very well done. I could say, at the least. This is the type of thing where I want to pause and like, Aaron, have you seen this? You need to see this trailer.
We need to bring in an expert.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if they kept with the Minecraft like MO where you can just like, can you just
build,
dig through fucking
I don't know.
Hogwarts and like just take it down brick by brick if you want to.
Just take Dumbledore apart. It looks like pretty all encompassing though. Like that was the bridge. And the music sounds like pretty identical. That's the forest. There's Hagrid. Chat's saying it's an RPG. So it
like Minecraft story mode kind of a thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Like RPG within the Minecraft world. With Minecraft
so it's like
mechanics.
the Lego games to IP. It's Minecraft to Harry Potter.
Yeah. It looks very well done. For a fan-made thing, this is pretty remarkable.
This is a fan-made thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's like I don't think they like outsourced this.
Now that doesn't seem right. They couldn't. If it was a fan-made thing and they got the license to use the Harry Potter name, like that would be fucking astounding.
Let me do some. See, it says check out our Discord. Let me do some footage here or some research here. What is this? You can support us on our Patreon. We're trying to release before the end of January. The map will be free, but please consider supporting us. So yeah, I think it is fan-made.
That's a lot of work for a like. There has to be licensing or something.
No, I'm guessing it's one of those like Boshi type deals where you can't make any money off of it, but you can have like a Patreon in case people want to like give you money.
Yeah. It's called the Floo Network, FLOO. Their Patreon is guess patreon.com/flu. I'm not sure. It just says patreon.com/user, blah, 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 a bunch of numbers, unfortunately. For the past 2 years, we've been working on a map, Minecraft School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, an open world RPG made in vanilla Minecraft. We're a very small team consisting primarily of poor students who have spent and continue to spend countless hours making the map. Some people have asked if there's ways to support our project, which prompted us to create this Patreon. That's pretty impressive. That's all like student/fan made. That's really impressive.
It is totally impressive. I'm curious to see like if they actually got permission or if something's going to happen DMCA wise or something like that. I don't know.
Well, on the
I wish them all the success. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
I'm curious.
On the YouTube video itself, like it in the, I don't know, Beyond the Fold, I guess is the technical term. It says like listen ad free with YouTube Premium, and it has the songs like The Arrival of Baby Harry and the finale from John Williams. So I guess that's how they got that music in there. Is they just, you can like add it through YouTube, which is probably why there was no other music on top of that, or no other noises or anything like that. So I guess we'll see. I'm definitely going to send that to Aaron because like that's a combination of two of her favorite things.
Like direct like copyright infringement stuff with like Skyrim mods and mods for other games and stuff like that. But they didn't have like it was just mods for fun. And these guys are directly like pointing you to a Patreon page. So I'm not sure if that has any like will affect it or anything, but
yeah.
That's a good point.
Let's see if there's anything. There's a bunch of different trailers, but we've already spent an hour doing this.
I wonder if that would actually get around it. Like, that's interesting.
I don't know. I do not know. Trying to choose one last. What is this one that I have? Do you guys want to watch a Persona 5 trailer for something?
No, I don't at all. Really badly at all. Please don't.
Okay,
put
let's
that
watch
on.
this. I don't know.
Royale or Scramble?
I think it's Scramble. It's all in Japanese. I think that.
Oh, hold on. Before we begin, Persona 5 Royale is Persona 5 with an added character and quest and like that kind of stuff,
added
right?
Character, more quest, more content. Yes.
And Persona Scramble is what?
The Dynasty Warriors style action game in the Persona universe.
Okay, so it's a completely separate game.
It's a completely separate thing. Persona 5 Royale is like it's mostly Persona 5, but there is a bunch of new stuff. There's a new character, new chapter. There is a lot of new stuff in it. But it is, I believe it's the base game plus extra stuff. And then Scramble is an entirely new kind of project in the universe.
Okay.
People are saying, wait.
Basically,
people are saying Scramble is also a sequel, though.
Okay.
How
So
does
it's
that
canon
work?
then?
I don't know.
Scramble is a sequel to Persona 5.
Okay, so it's not like taking Joker and putting him in Smash Brothers. It's just like a cameo, putting a character in a different game. This is actually canon story-wise a sequel to
I guess so.
Persona 5.
This is the Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers opening movie. So we're probably not going to get too much. I don't know. I guess I'm going to hit play.
May have seen this, but it's fucking awesome.
These are all the same characters.
Fuck off, Yusuke. Sorry.
Every time you hate on Yusuke, a Matt Mercer loses his wings.
Over time they erode and destroy hearts of good souls.
This is pretty good.
God damn, it's so good. It's always so good.
Filled with dismay, laid along and fake too much, all the way through till the crumble.
Is that the bad guy?
I don't know who that was.
Probably.
No idea. Yeah, that new robot is the robot persona. I'm not sure who that is. I think that's a new character, right?
Maybe.
Must be an enemy. God, I miss this music.
Isn't that van a cat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
It depends. Were they in the underworld?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I don't know.
I had no idea. I thought it was just a side project. I didn't realize it was like a lore-based sequel to 5. That makes it significantly more attractive.
Yeah, is there gameplay of this? I just want to see what that actually looks like.
Yeah, I didn't even notice if there was any fucking gameplay. It was just like the music and the visuals were just so good.
Well, that was the opening trailer. That's probably why. Let's see. Here's the official.
Definitely gameplay somewhere.
Trailer. Yeah. Here's the official gameplay trailer.
When does Scramble come out?
This is the official release date trailer, so it'll tell us.
Okay. Swear to God, if you're like, oh, it's April 15th. Like, oh.
Son of a bitch!
What was the game you compared it to, JP?
Dynasty Wars is what Cohh said.
Dynasty
Warriors.
Or you said that, Cohh.
Hey,
Mocha chill, baby.
I think we have watched this before. Oh, they're running around. This is a weird gameplay trailer. I haven't seen any gameplay yet.
Yeah, not at all. In fact.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
There
yeah,
we go.
Dynasty Warriors. Yeah.
No, it's like third-person action then.
Dynasty Warriors.
Sort of. Have you ever played Dynasty Warriors?
I have not.
Okay.
They're basically third-person beat 'em up, where you just like defeat hordes of enemies at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big focus on action combat.
Okay.
That's a little different.
Side scrolling too. Look at that.
Yeah, like DMC or Bayonetta.
Yeah, but with like
Sort of,
100 plus
much
enemies.
more enemies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a combination of like Bayonetta gameplay with Diablo style hordes of enemies.
Okay.
They're super popular in Japan.
Oh, I'm gonna have to play that.
I'm in.
Damn it.
It's
What? Oh, February 20th.
Oh, something in February.
yeah. Localization though.
Oh, that might be
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good point.
That's the
Good
Japan release.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Well,
But dude, like, fuck. I don't know, man. They're tough to beat, that Persona team. Like, as far as like how they put shit together, everything that coincides, like the look, the music, like the characters, like all of that shit. For my money, like they're on par with anything out there.
they got a good
The
look.
overall package and quality was really impressive in Persona 5. Like, so yeah, that'll be a keeper.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
We got 20 minutes. We'll save the games for the second half. Let's talk about some of this news that came out this week. Sony has come out and said they're not going to E3 yet again. Microsoft came out the same day and said we will be at E3. And it further kind of pushes this conversation of like, what is E3 anymore? Like, is this the last year? Is it like,
Well, see? There's two ways to look at this.
Yeah.
There's the what is E3? What is it anymore? The other side of it is, why is Sony doing this?
yeah,
Like what? Like it? Would we be having the conversation about E3's relevancy if Sony said that they were going? Like I don't know, man. I feel like this may be almost like a PR move by Sony.
well, probably, yeah. I mean, it's the
spite E3.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I think that also for the people that have gone to E3 since E3 began, that show looks completely different than it used to in terms of the amount of people there, in terms of like what's on the show floor, in terms of how busy and crazy that is, just because like you can do what Sony does now, which is one, make press by saying you're not going to E3, and 2, just run the events yourself. And control everything around that event and not have to pay, another service or another organization like that. So,
and chat is bringing up the very good point about Sony and ESA and their rather well-known beef. And I mean,
I mean,
what were we saying, Zeke?
Yeah, go ahead, Zeke. I don't want to cut you off.
I want there to be a time of year when everybody there's a huge event where everybody
it's fucking
brings
awesome.
out their best shit and just shows it off. I fucking love that. I don't want to tune into 7 different fucking conventions or cons.
Same.
Whatever conferences throughout the year.
Same.
Dude, we don't even need a con. We just need all the big companies to get together and pick one day a year and then just talk amongst themselves and decide what the schedule is. And then we'll all just go to their Twitch channels and watch their big presentation.
Yeah.
It's so cool having this little gamer holiday where it's kind of okay, over the next 48 hours, it's this is for us, this is for gamers. We're gonna get tons of great announcements from all the companies we love. That's the only reason I love D3. I never really loved D3 for E3. I could care less about the organization behind it and that kind of stuff. What I loved is, like Zeke was saying, everyone getting together and a huge amount of hype announcements. Companies would save their announcements for E3, so they I don't know, man. If E3 kind of goes the way of the dodo, which it looks more and more like it's going to, I really wonder if another entity or organization is going to step up and be like, guys, let's coordinate. This is good for everyone. If there's this gigantic hype moment where there's so many eyes on your company and products, but if everyone kind of spins off and does their own what was it, XO 19 and Sony presentation, that's going to be less viewers. It's going to be less eyes. It's not going to be nearly as hype. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Game Awards.
People are saying the Game Awards
screaming. Pick me. You don't like the Game Awards? Really?
No, I hate. I hate the idea that you announce games at the Game Awards. The Game Awards should be for
well,
I get it, yeah, sure, but I want that. I want them to be different.
Yeah, I mean, award. It's tough for sure. I think the other obviously event to mention is Gamescom. That everyone just put everything there, which it has always been relevant for sure. But most of the announcements hit at E3, and then there's a follow up, or I don't want to diminish the importance of Gamescom, but E3 has always been the Super Bowl, and then you get the All-Star game. Gamescom, to use a sports analogy, which won't work in this space at all. So I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I want it all to be, regardless of where it happens, I would just like it to be the week of gaming, the week of E3, the week of announcements, whatever, and put it all in there. Because I think E3 has always been, even when I wasn't covering it, it was the type of thing where I'd sit there and watch whatever stream or whatever conference with on the edge of my seat to see whatever they were going to announce. It's always been something every year that I look forward to. So
even the bad years were good.
Oh yeah, even the bad years are great. They were more fun sometimes because you just got the shit on the game.
Absolutely, and the great years were amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I think at least in recent memory, you think back to that E3 where Sony announced Final Fantasy VII Remake and a Shenmue Kickstarter. That was ridiculous. It was just insane. So
it feels weird saying this now, but even the year that Bethesda announced Fallout 4 and then had it in our hands months later, that was just oh my god!
I think that was
that kind of
E3.
stuff was amazing.
Wasn't that the same one? I don't know.
Oh god! So that was a big year.
They kind of blend together. God of War was somewhere in there too. The God of War announcement was still pretty chill-inducing. The God of War documentary. Did you guys watch that at all? They basically cover everything up until that moment. And it's incredible to see it from their point of view as they're finally getting out there and showing that it's really cool. That type of stuff is awesome to see. But the other side of the coin is I know for developers that E3 fucking sucks because you're basically making a vertical slice and it's so you're just grinding day in, day out until E3 to get that out there because it's such a weird thing in the industry and such an importance in the industry. So I don't know. I do think this year will be insane regardless of where Sony is because we've got new consoles coming out and they got to get out there and talk about that stuff and show games off and, get people excited about new hardware. It just sucks that Sony potentially will not be doing that during the week of E3 and potentially saving it for their own thing, whenever that may be.
Yeah.
Microsoft will be there though.
Bummer.
They immediately took that news story and was like, "Hey, PlayStation might not be there.
We'll be there. We'll be
Don't
there
forget
still.
about us. Remember us? We make the Xbox. We got a new one coming out. It looks like a PC. You can buy it this year, probably.
It's a refrigerator. It kills your food.
Yeah.
What was the short form of the new one? The new Xbox?
The Xbox Series X or the Xbox X?
Oh, yeah, the Xbox X. That's right.
Yeah. I think the Series X is weird. That's a weird one. But yeah, that was all happening this week. So I guess we'll see what happens. There's also Twitter is ablaze. There's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow for Smash where they're announcing a new Smash character. Everyone thinks it's going to be Sora. I can't wait for them to be disappointed because it's some random obscure character that's not Sora. But yeah, a lot of people also think Dante from.
I like Strippen's suggestion. Strippen's like, I'll get back into this if you put a Monster Hunter character in.
I saw that. Yeah, relevant to what we've been playing for sure.
Oh yeah.
But that's tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific. So if you're really into Smash, set your alarm clock because that's fucking early. What else is out there? Subnautica was out there saying they've sold over 5 million copies. So that's awesome to see their success.
Good for them. New
Game
one coming out
deserves it.
soon. Very excited.
Yeah. Is that getting pretty close to being done? Is that
we talked a little bit about it on the show, but they had a very unique thing happen during their development phase where they essentially had the writer from the original game making the story for Below Zero. I think we talked about this. Maybe we didn't. And basically what happened was like the Subnautica base was not super happy with the story in Below Zero. They didn't think that it was really fit everything. So the Subnautica devs basically went, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to redo most of this. We're going to bring in a new person, and the old person is leaving the team. And what we're going to do is there's basically like a big portion of the story in now. And if you play it right now, let's call that story A. Okay. And then there's going to be an update that basically changes everything to story B, which is the new story. So from what I understand, I'm 90% sure that's messing with the release date. In fact, I don't know what the release date is now. I remember there was a time frame which I think is now evaporated. But yeah, it's a weird situation. But apparently they're going in the direction that the core community is liking, from what I understand. So hopefully that will be good. I was planning on doing a Below Zero playthrough of like story A and then doing another one of story B to see the differences, but unfortunately I don't think I'm gonna have time. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Don't say April. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, good. Oh
yeah,
my god.
Jesus. That's the forbidden month. No more games can come out in March and
exactly.
April.
April's full. No one is allowed to release
it.
anything else in
Just
April.
stop it. Don't put anything else out.
Yeah.
What else? Not necessarily the biggest news, but Epic Game Store is out there saying they're going to continue their free game giveaways all 2020. So they're still out there trying to get that market share. Which, I mean, do we want to talk how we feel about the Epic Game Store after it's been out for this long, or is it just kind of like it's a service that exists and there's games on it that you can't get anywhere else, and that's it?
I'm kind of surprised that we don't see more features on it by now.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping they were going to be like fast tracking competitive features, since they're still really big in the PR realm. But I mean, the thing is though, is it's working. People are using it. It's obviously making them a ton of money. So I mean, it is what it is. It's a thing.
Yeah, I don't really use
it.
It's
not going anywhere. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah. I think the only game that I used it for last year was, I guess, Metro Exodus. Right, was on that. And Control, I think, were the only two games that I used. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, and Borderlands 3? Really? I guess that's true too. See, that's
Outer
how
World.
That's how little
there was a lot of Game Pass overlap too.
Yeah, that's how little I think about the Epic Game Store, in the sense of I just go there to hit play and not use any of the other service of it.
We both played Anno.
Yeah. Wait, was that not on Ubisoft? On the Uplay?
I don't remember. I think it was on Epic.
I don't know.
Maybe? No,
I don't know.
It's been a while.
I don't know.
Maybe. Oh,
Outer
it was.
Wilds.
Chad is saying it was Uplay. Okay, cool.
As well.
Oh, Outer Wilds is Epic Game Store only?
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's more than I
Hades was, but now it's on Steam.
Superliminal Observation.
Yeah.
Observation 2.
Well, Zeke, a lot of those games you just rattled off, obviously you're a huge fan of. Do you have any? Are you just kind of like me, where you just the Epic Game Store is a thing that exists and you go to it and play and you don't really use it for anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even need to do that if you use Galaxy or another multi-launcher.
Does Galaxy just bypass all that stuff and just like go from Galaxy to hit the launcher and Epic Game Store, then minimizes it and you start the game?
Yep. Like Galaxy, you have like a list of all your different launchers, and you can click on them in Galaxy and mess around with them. It does keep the other launcher open in the background, so patches and stuff still apply and everything. But you actually click the play button in Galaxy.
Okay.
There's now an open beta, by the way. You don't need to apply to it anymore. You can just go download it if you want to.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying just like Steam. I feel like with Steam, I've actually like manipulate the store and like I care what's at the top selling list of Steam in terms of just clicking that every once in a while to like see how something's doing. I don't really do that with the Epic Game Store because Fortnite's going to be at the top of it no matter what I do. And I don't even know if there is like that type of functionality in the Epic Game Store. I just haven't thought that out.
The biggest thing for me on Steam is like unheard of indie games. Like they just like pop up on the Steam store.
Sure.
While there are indie games on Epic, I don't use it as much. Maybe I do get game suggestions from my chat on that are Epic exclusive games. But if you want the real unknown shit, like Steam still has that stuff because I think you can just post it pretty much. Like the process to getting it on Steam is less rigorous or something. I don't know.
But you also go to itch.io, right? Isn't that the other like big indie store?
Yeah, that's like for like really small, like a lot of free games or like experimental. Like I'm trying to make a game here. Check it out. It's free. Like that kind of stuff. It's like Bandcamp. It's like, hey, what you think? Like we suggest $1, but you know you can have it for free if you want.
Sure.
Kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, prototype games, like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Some other Epic Game Store news is that in 2020, or no, I guess in general, it has generated 680 million so far, with the exclusive titles being, quote, critical, according to Tim Sweeney in a article over at GameDaily.biz. I didn't really read much of the article. That's just kind of the big headline, but I'm sure they go into a lot of the specifics there. This is out of 300 million total Epic accounts across all platforms, including console and mobile. Epic Game Store third-party game revenue is in 2019 is roughly 60% higher than our initial forecast at launch. So that's big. Good for them, I guess. I wonder how much of that is Fortnite's success and like the runoff of feeding into other games, or if that's just, hey, we've got control and we're the only place that you can get it. That type of stuff. I'd be curious to see that information. I don't know if it's in there. But anyways, that's pretty much all the news.
And looking at Epic, they don't have like a tag for indie.
Oh, really?
They have like action, adventure, puzzle, racing, blah, blah, blah. But they don't have like an indie tag. You can search indie in like just the search bar and stuff. And some, they come up, but it'd be nice if they added a tag for it.
Yeah.
Or like, because like in Steam, they have like a lot of the tags are like just fan made tags and they grow according to popularity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can add your own tag or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
It'd be nice for sure. I mean, it's like Cohh was talking about. There's so much functionality that they should have, maybe is the word, could have another word at this point that I think would really help them. But they seem to be doing just fine. I mean, 60% more earnings than projected is a pretty big chunk of earnings. And
it will be interesting to see how well they do when they stop buying their success, though. Like
right,
it's gonna be really interesting when they're not giving away free games and they aren't locking people into exclusivity contracts. Like I'm wondering if that's going to be the kind of thing we always see. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be just like the way of the game for them moving forward, and that's how they're going to kind of keep treading water, or if they're trying to make like something like a real Steam competitor, where it's kind of like eventually we can stop all that and kind of let our own merit be the snowball down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
I mean, if you look at kind of where Fortnite's going, where it's, I think for the general population, the people that aren't playing that game every single day, it's more of like it's like this weird medium of media where like they're bringing in like Star Wars and like showing a Star Wars event where like J.J. Abrams is being interviewed live in Fortnite, like this weird, it's just in a weird thing that no other game has. So if you look at that type of stuff, like that could feed into the Epic Game Store where, you know, people that don't even, or never even touched Fortnite, don't give a shit about Battle Royale, jump into it because, I don't know, the new Fast and the Furious trailer is being debuted within Fortnite, right? Like there will probably be more of that stuff. I've never seen or been in game for that type of stuff. Most of the time, I think people will just go to Twitch and watch streams of it or watch YouTube videos of it. But they've done a bunch of those events before and like music concerts and all that stuff. So we'll probably see a lot more of that in 2020 with other big properties for sure. Yeah. To echo what Callus is saying in chat, it's just a giant advertisement board at this point, which is very unique to that game.
Yo, completely off topic, but nice DF overlay.
I'm not sure what you're looking at. So thanks, Barry.
How long have we had that? The little
know.
overlay where like, that's pretty cool, man.
I don't know.
You can just mouse over people and it like shows our name and our stuff and everything. I'm assuming you'll do that for guests moving forward too, which is super cool.
Yeah, I think that's mostly Barry's like, hey, add this to the thing. And I'm like, all right, Barry, I'll put that in there. Then
this is from the Game of the Year show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool, man. I also like the fact that if you mouse over me, I get a small logo crown.
Just on your head?
Like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. Awesome. Oh yeah, Des Roost reminds me, they're doing today, they just launched the icon skin for Ninja in Fortnite, and they'll probably do more creators throughout the year. So
surprised it took them this long.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, a little bit late, but you know, congrats, I guess. Yeah, a little bit weird. This is very nitpicky, but the word icon kind of bothers me a little bit. Like, why not just call it the creator skin, right? Like, I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's more me having an issue with calling Ninja an icon and less of an issue with the actual word icon.
I think of it as think of it more going down instead of going up. They're not. It's not like Ninja's an icon. He's a Fortnite icon. He's an icon in Fortnite. So we'll probably see Dr. Lupo. We'll probably see Tim the Tatman. We'll probably see like the big Fortnite creators out on YouTube as well. Like, you know, I hope we do at least.
Yeah, same.
They should all get their skin eventually. Yeah. But
yeah.
If you want to get technical, it just means like a person or thing that is revered or idolized. Like, yeah, that's true.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's more my personal issue with calling Ninja an icon and less about the word icon for sure. Which is what it is. Yeah.
Like, remember all that kerfuffle about Ninja and like playing games with women and stuff like that? Remember all that bullshit that was like years and years ago?
Yeah.
There was a fucking funny tweet that said if you use the Ninja skin, it automatically removes all female skins from the game.
That's pretty good.
Now, like, God bless Ninja. I have nothing against the guy, but that shit was fucking funny.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Dude, I have to admit, like, seeing him, it was a lesson in publicity. Seeing like how fast he was having to defend himself from every direction.
Dude, he's got a target on his back. It's
my
bad.
lord, dude! I felt really bad for him because I mean, it's like it's standard stuff in guy relationship world. If you're with somebody, you don't want to like overtly flirt with other people. Like, you know, I feel like what he said came from a good place, but there were about 1 billion ways it could have been taken incorrectly, and everyone took it incorrectly in every other way. It was, oh man, it was.
Yeah,
man, I felt really bad for him, man.
At the level that he is at, it's the type of thing where anything that he says on stream or in tweets or anything can just be taken in one direction and just he could just be bent over backwards for saying the wrong thing. It's gotta suck.
Like I
do not
if
envy
the day ever comes that I blow up anywhere near that big, I dread like people going through old VODs and videos of me like just saying some rancid, awful shit out of context.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
like as a joke, and people are like, "But you said this," and I'm like, did you watch the whole video? Like, but
It doesn't matter.
Opinion,
Yeah.
the opinion will already be made, and I will get labeled as this or that or the other thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Zeke, you are in trouble. You make it big. You are in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You'll just have to. I could just see Zeke go to his channel like, I think I'm going to delete it. I think I'm just going to delete it. And start over. Let's just get rid of all the VODs. Let's just get them all.
Just be a no cam streamer.
Yeah.
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 On a new channel.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, let's take our break and we'll come back and actually talk about games we've been playing. We got Monster Hunter World for me and Cohh. Zeke's been playing a bunch of indie games, obviously, and is playing the Little Nightmares, not prequel, but the game prior that they made as well. What's the name
Little
of it?
Misfortune.
Or Little Misfortune. Sorry, Little Nightmares.
Frambo.
Frambo.
The game that Kill Monday made previously to Frambo.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. And then I'm sure there's some other stuff as well that I'm forgetting. So don't go nowhere. We're taking a break. We'll be right back with more Drop Frames right after this. We'll see you guys then.